Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. Thanks for joining. Today was the third episode of Survivor Caramoan, fans versus favorites, and it was a pretty interesting episode. Definitely focused on the fans more than the favorites, obviously, because they lost the immunity challenge. So I'm gonna go over what I think of the favorites tribe first, and then really dig deeper into the fans tribe. So the favorites, I guess the key element or the key development this episode was Andrea trying to get Corinne out of their alliance, and obviously Malcolm and Corinne finding the idol. So I think it's great that Malcolm and Corinne are pairing up. It makes sense, and I think that if they stay loyal to one another, it could provide a similar support as the Denise Malcolm alliance from last season. So I'm pretty excited to see how that would happen. But I think that I don't know what they did to get Andrea onto their case about spending too much time together, but that's pretty dangerous, and obviously got Andrea to root against Corinne and Malcolm and get Brandon in to try and get Corinne out. So not cool. I don't want Corinne and Malcolm to get broken up or to leave. Although if Corinne leaves, then I guess Malcolm has the idol and no one else knows about it, so that could be a good thing. But you do need alliances, and so I hope that Malcolm and Corinne stay strong. As for Andrea choosing Brandon, I think that's a stupid move. He's totally unpredictable, and what I want to know is what Cochran thinks about this, because he seemed to go along with it knowing all too well how unpredictable Brandon is, and that's not someone you want in an alliance. I mean, you want to keep them appeased, but you don't want them in your alliance. So I don't think that's a good idea. And the other thing I want to know is, what are Brenda and Eric doing to change their situation? Obviously, we're not seeing much because they've been safe these past couple weeks, but I'd like to see what they're doing to sort of change up their situation. Now, let's go to the fans, go to a tribe. I can't say, I'm going to focus more on the vote here. I can't say I was sad to see Hope go. I mean, it's not like I was particularly attached to her. I don't think she was playing a particularly strong game. It was the more, I guess, predictable route. But let's look at the other options that could have gone down here, because a lot of stuff happened on the beach before. So we have the option where Hope finds out from Shamar that she could stay alive by just voting against Eddie and Reynolds. So would she have done that, and would that have been a good move? I think that if it's to save your skin and you know that you might be leaving, yeah, buy yourself 3 more days and maybe put a vote against Eddie or something and stay in the game, or even a vote against Reynolds and flesh out the idol. I think that could have been a good move and earned her some points if she'd played it right with the other tribe and told them she was in on it, etc., etc. But then I don't know that I believe she would have had the strategic power to really bring herself up on that totem pole in the other tribe, so I don't know if that would have been beneficial on the long run for her. Then we have the option where Hope tells the others that are on Shamar's side that she knows what the plan is, which is what she did, but she's more strategic about it. You know, she tells them, look, he's unpredictable, why are you voting with him, you shouldn't be doing this, keep me on, la la la, let's do something, let's work together, as opposed to just saying, this is what happened, I know, and then just sort of letting things fester. I don't think that was the smartest thing to do. Then there's the situation with Laura and Reynolds, and Laura saying, we're in, I'm gonna get Julia to vote with me against Shamar, we're 5, we've got enough. That's all and well, and would have been great if they'd actually voted out Shamar, but if Laura was gonna vote for the Eddie Hope split vote anyway, why go through that process with Reynolds trying to get him to vote for Shamar and believing that she and Julia are on their side? Because by doing that, she doesn't really change the game, but what she could have done is convinced Reynolds and then gone back to the other guys and just said, hey, I've just convinced Reynolds to vote for Shamar, he's sure we're doing this, I've convinced him that Julia and I are in, he's not gonna play the idol, let's vote Reynolds out. And then he would have been out, and he wouldn't have played the idol, and it would have been flushed out, and it was convincing him not to play the idol. I don't think he would have played it. I think that would have been a better move to flesh out the idol. Obviously, that would have left them with a weaker tribe. They did say they need Reynolds to win challenges, and yeah, okay, they're a strong tribe, and that's good, but they're still like completely dysfunctional. And if you're gonna win at challenges, you don't just need strength. You need like strategy. You need to think who's strong where, and they just don't have that, as we saw with the whole Shamar thing and the goggles and the contacts. They don't have that, so I don't really know if they're better off. So. As for Sherry, she's definitely the best with Shamar. I would say she gets my vote for Player of the Week this week. She knows how to appease him. She got him to stay when he said he was quitting. But he's unpredictable. He might quit, and then they would be in a pickle if he quit and there were one man less like that. That's not a good idea to have someone quit on their terms rather than voting them out on yours. Like, she should have taken that opportunity to just vote him out, and they would have still had the numbers. So I don't know if that was a smart move. And then the other thing that we need to think about is there's probably going to be a mix-up soon, right, in the next few episodes. So what's going to happen then? Like, I don't think that the favorites are going to want to keep Shamar around. So my question is, like, what would the fans do? Would they keep him? Wouldn't they? Like, maybe they want him to be their scapegoat till the end of the game. But honestly, like, he's so insufferable. I don't know who would want to keep him that long. It's one thing to keep someone like Abby, who's insufferable, but, like, manageable in comparison. She's like really cool, you know? So I don't know, just a lot of things to think about. Turns out the most like predictable thing happened when a lot of other things could have. But yeah, it was nice to see things moving. So good episode, and I'm liking some of these fans. They're thinking ahead for a good number of them, and so we'll see. I'm excited to see the tribes mix up next, really. Thanks for joining. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I always answer, so comment away.